So, unfortunately, I got to start the show now because I'm on a very tight schedule today. It's a very different Soap Sunday here on JLJ Media, and I'm explaining in a second. It's just kind of crazy. So, we're going to come on and just come on. That's what we're going to do. So we're gonna come on and talk to you now, and it should be letting her in at somewhere she can't. She's connecting. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Wide Army Spotlight. I'm James Lott Jr. Tami Goveia is coming in. We have a tight schedule today. That's why I have to actually start at 10 o'clock, even though my morning has been a little crazy. I had computer issues. She had computer issues. It's just, I don't know, life decided to be crazy this morning. But she will come in, and there she is, folks. You're already on the air, girl. I had computer issues also, and you can't even hear her yet. So she'll come on in a second. She's beautiful. She's gonna come on. We'll see if Amanda comes on at some point too. But there she is. I know. I had computer issues too, and then I'm on a tight schedule because I have these 3 shows in a row. We normally don't do it this close, but I'm gonna explain to you guys at home what's going on. So because of Super Bowl Sunday, everybody's not doing anything. So we are going to have 3 shows today, back to back to back to back to back. Amanda's having internet issues too right now. She just sent me a text. So it's one of those internet days that's going on for all 3 of us today, I guess. Okay, sure. And I shaved for the occasion, so I don't know what's going on. So we're doing this show right now, Wide Army Spotlight, and then immediately following, we're doing the premiere of Forever and a Day After Show Season 2. And immediately after that, we're doing the Bold and Beautiful Me Spotlight. And that's it for today. So it just happens they couldn't do the show later or earlier. It just happened that we got to do it at this time. So that's what's happening there. And there's no GH today. We'll be back next week.
Wow.
I know you're upset. I know you're upset, but that's how life works. And we'll be back next week. So yes, we're trying to work. They're all trying to work this all out. So while Tami Goveia is working out, Amanda Russ is working it out. We'll give a few things. Today is Dishin Day's 6-year anniversary on the air. You can go over to Dishin Days over at Dishin Days. that's their channel. I don't know, like all of a sudden, and say hello to them. Say thank you to them. So thank you for 6 years of giving you Days of Our Lives content. I personally would not be here doing this show if it wasn't for Dishin Days, because a week later I started my first guest spots on what was called the Days of Our Lives After Show. And I didn't know what I was doing. I had never done anything on camera like that, hosting wise, and that changed the trajectory of my career. So I personally think Tony Moore, Mark J. Freeman, Peter Ramos, the original host, Raj Vias, who was the person that introduced me to all of them. And so thank you so much, because I would not met Tami Goveia if it wasn't for Dishin Days. I would not have met you. I mean, so it's kind of like that show is very, even though I voluntarily left, that show is something that will always hold my heart. And Tami, do you want to say a word or two about your Dishin Days? 6 years.
Dishin Days is the reason that I'm here. It's the reason my career as a host started. Tony Moore is the launch pad, and he was and continues to be the support system that I needed, because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. And Tony's such a phenomenal pro, and he's so amazing at what he does. I know when I first started the show, it was hard for me to co-host, because I would just look at him and go, how the F is he doing this? This is so amazing. So yeah, it's forever will be a very special place in my heart.
Yeah, so go over there and see them today. They're going to have a show. They're doing a special anniversary like that, but they're going to probably talk about their favorite moments and stuff. There's Amanda Russ. We've all had issues with internet today.
Oh
so
my God. You have no idea.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't feel as bad now.
I had to reboot my system too. But we are on the air. People are in the chat room. Hello, you guys. So I just want to mention that. So thank you so much. So Dishin Days, happy 6-year anniversary. Then next week will be my 6-year anniversary as a TV video host. I can't believe that time flies. I was like, I can't believe it. So also I want to thank Matt Kane and Courtney Hope from last week for coming on. You guys showed up. You guys showed out. Courtney was the bomb. She gave us some tidbits and things we never knew about. So please support her and what she's doing over there at YNR. Taraya fans, you did it. 17,000 views in 2 months.
That's awesome.
Crazy. So I will be asking them again if they can come back on. If you missed the Cameron Grimes Q&A with Tony Moore yesterday, heard it went really well. It was great. They talked Star Wars and they said my ears should have been burning. She's a nice person. But I want to thank you guys because I really can't believe that you guys, that's now my most watched video on my network of all time.
Wow.
It is beat Steve Burton.
Yay.
Steve Burton's at 16. He's 16 going on 17 himself. So we'll see how that, 16 going on. Little sound music reference, folks. Yeah, yes, Amanda's here. I was like, yeah, Amanda, okay, she's here. Also, I do want to say heartfelt remembrance to Kristoff St. It was 2 years ago. I can't believe it. That he left this earth, and I knew him personally, and I was devastated. I just talked to him not too long before that to come on this show. I was going to finally have him on this show 2 years ago, and I got the news from a friend that he had passed. I know you guys all know what happened, of course. I'm not going to talk about that part of it, but he was a really wonderful man. I'll tell you, when he talked to you, you felt like he was talking to you. Anytime I talked to him, very soulful guy. Had a lot of heartache with his son a few years before that. And so in his honor, if you want to do anything for mental health awareness, please go online and find any place that does help with mental health awareness, therapy, all that kind of stuff is very important. You never know what people are going through. And some things are chemical. Some things are chemical imbalances. So no stigma towards it, but Kristoff St. was literally one of the icons for not just daytime TV and not just for Black actors in TV, but for everyone. And you talk to anybody out there, and they just released somebody died just for everybody, including like Michelle Stafford. They all talked about him and there's I don't think there's anybody who didn't like him. I don't know. So did you ever meet him, Tami, in any of your
No, I never did.
Yeah, you would have loved him. You guys both would have loved him, of course. But I mean, I wasn't sure if on any red carpet you had met him or not.
Yeah, well, I know when we had Eileen Davidson in studio, we brought up the loss of Kristoff, and she really, like you said, James, she and everyone. There wasn't a single human being that he ever encountered that had, just all had beautiful, beautiful, beautiful things to say about what a beautiful soul he was. So. He's missed. I
mean, we all hope people think that way about us, don't we? I hope that when I go, some people say nice things about me. And then lastly, because this affects the storyline this week, Danny Boaz is out as Chance. So we saw how it happened. And now everybody, of course, has a speculation why. We're not going to get to that. But he is out. And we'll talk about the way that they did it and stuff when we talk about today's show. About that, what happened last week. So I'll make sure I mention that. And and I'm doing a special 2-on-1 interview this Friday. We're trying to figure out what time. It's a podcast called The Young and the Restless Recap. They've been doing it since 2009.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
So I contacted them and said, we need about like the early days. They couldn't do it on Sunday, so I bring them on Friday, but we're trying to figure out a time. But they're two girls from Portland, Oregon, who've been doing it since the early days. So we're gonna find out what was podcasting like back then, what was the web like back then. And for 11 years they've done recaps of Young and the Restless.
That's fantastic.
So stay tuned for that. We're working on that right now. So stay tuned for that. They're nice ladies. We've been talking to them for a while, so we're trying to figure all that out. But that's all your Y&R stuff, folks. Okay. Yeah, we have a hard out at 11. I think I got 11. So let's get started. So we'll start with the Chance Abby thing. Why not? Let's just go into that right now. I actually liked the letter sequence when you're reading the letters. And it was going back and forth between, first of all, seeing Trisha Cass as Nina makes me happy. For you newer viewers like Amanda, she was a staple. I mean, way back in the day. I mean, she was a legend on the show. Legendary storylines, her and Cricket, and Philip, and Danny and all them, and then there was David the Killer, and it was their mother, and it was a whole. And he got killed in a trash compactor. It was this whole on YouTube, folks. It is legendary. Oh, hello everybody in chat room. Sorry, hello everybody in chat room. Happy Sunday. It was legendary. So to see her back, and also, side note, I just watched an interview with her. Her and Kristoff St. were on a show together as kids before Young and the Restless called The Bad
Oh my God.
Series. And he said they became friends on that show. Then they both showed up several years later Anya and Russ going, wait, I know you. Wait, I know you. They say we're fast friends the whole time. So she talked lovely about Kristoff too. But you can see it on YouTube. To go on YouTube to find. YouTube has everything, kids.
I'm telling you.
I was watching episodes of Phyllis the other day. I was like, I haven't watched Phyllis before. I've watched Rhoda. I never watched Phyllis. And they're all on YouTube.
And anything you want to learn on YouTube, it's there.
Yeah.
Right. Hello, Kenneth Clark. Yeah, Nina and Cricket. That was big. So seeing her back was great. And she looks great. And again, using the veterans, using history.
Yep.
Abby was oh my gosh, she was so beautiful in that silver dress, that silver and gray top. I
she's probably my style icon. Like I want to be her. Like just all those silk blouses with the jeans and the little bling belt. It's like, and she's got like the like bronze or silver the pumps that she wears. I'm like, oh girl, that's me. That's what I would be wearing.
She's so cute.
She is gorgeous.
Yeah, she's beautiful, Mr. Ordway. I love that sequence. I mean, it was heartbreaking, but I know what they had to do. But I love they're both each reading letters, and each part is to his mother, to his wife. How do you feel about this sudden exit, ladies?
Since I'm the newbie.
Yes, please ask questions.
I didn't actually realize at first that's what was going on. I'll be honest, because he just I was like, what is he doing? I thought maybe he was having like a moment when he found out about his sperm situation, right? Yeah, so I was thinking, okay, maybe he just took off for a minute. Because you know how on other shows, people just take off?
Yeah.
So I was thinking, okay, I have no idea like the history or like how they're connected, but I recognized the two older ladies, the Nina and Cricket, is it? I recognized them, and I was like, oh, that's cool. So they're using veterans and stuff. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, when he gets a phone call, just goes, I had a feeling you'd catch up with me, and then that was it.
Yeah.
So I was like, I have no idea because I don't know his history,
I was shocked.
I know, like Amanda just starting to get back or get into Y&R again. Abby and Chance were probably right up there with my favorite couples. So when the news came out that he had been released from the show, I was like, what are you talking about? Just when I get invested in the couple and then the storyline, I was excited for the journey with Mariah and, the three of them doing this amazing thing. And I was really excited. And then this happened. And so I'm really pissed off.
Yeah.
And I know Abby and what's her name? Nina.
Nina. Oh yeah, Nina. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I know the characters. I know it's going to be a great storyline. Yeah. I know that, but it's not going to be what I wanted as a fan. I wanted Abby and Chance to go through this together, not him being off in some undercover job while she's going through this alone. It's like, oh.
Yeah, I thought this is weird because I'm not having a kid now. Why would I have a kid now? He's not even here.
Yeah.
Like I'm not doing that.
Yeah, that part of the storyline, I have to say, that part's really weird. They kept pushing that narrative. It was so heavy-handed. I was like,
I want you to do this. I want you to have the child and then I'll be home and I'll be home, but do this. And Nina was like, yeah, you won't be alone, Abby. We're all in this together. Like, this is just weird. No, ultimately I'm doing this by myself. I appreciate that you're going to be here, but I'm a single mother at this point.
Right. No, right. That's what
right?
That was a little heavy-handed. It was a little like, everybody agrees. It was pushed. They're just like, can she get the fuck that her man's gone? Like, I shouldn't know when he's coming back. I mean, let's get over that for a second.
Let her process.
I know.
Right.
It's like, we're gonna all make a baby. I mean, when Mariah comes in and everybody's like, I'm like, okay, this is a little Stepford Wives, it's a little weird. Like, what's going on here? Like,
that did freak me out.
It did.
I was like, 1 minute she was like reading the letter. She's upset. She's crying. She's like, oh, you know. And I'm like, oh. And then Mariah comes and she's like, guess what? Guess what? And I was like, what just happened? Like, what is going on?
Well, my hope is that they're probably going to recast the role. Chances are they're going to. I didn't even try to plan it actually happen. They're probably going to, but right now there's a lot of controversy over his leaving, and so everybody, you can read online all this stuff, you can figure it out. But I think it's kind of the way they did it was fine. They can recast it, bring him back, whatever later. But the baby thing, a little weird. So they're going on with that, and they also have Mariah and Tessa talking about having a baby. It's about their future, and so I'm a little nervous about the storyline. And a lot of Mariah fans are also. I'm getting a little nervous about this. I don't want to custody that. I'm getting a little nervous. How this is going to go. So I mean, which makes it good for storyline. It's a good storyline, obviously.
Why do you think they're going to recast? I thought they just released him, and then for budget purposes, they do that. Days does that all the time. Like, we're going to release 5 actors for 6 months so we can save a few $1,000s, and then we're going to bring them back, and fans get all up in arms and pissed off, like, but they end up coming back anyway. So
that could be it too. Sure.
Oh, James, I hate you.
I was just curious if he quit, like if he left.
Oh, he didn't quit.
Done.
No, he was released.
No,
okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was wondering.
Go online and he'll tell you he did not quit.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you where to follow him. He's online.
I really like him as Chance, though. Like, I really like him. I mean, when he got sick, they replaced him, and I'm like, no, I want the other guy. Bring back the other guy.
I liked them as a couple, though. I agree with Tami. I was like falling in love with these two as a couple.
Because they're like a normal couple. Like, they love each other.
Yeah.
Like a healthy way.
Yeah.
Yes.
So rare.
Yes, Sherry Calvert. Donnie did post there will be no recast, but does he run the show? No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
He has no say in what's going to happen there. But yes, that storyline's will be very interesting to watch how that happens.
Poop.
Another storyline that I want to talk about. I want to go to Devon and Elena.
Yeah.
They slept together.
Yeah.
So now it's back. But then she said, no, I got to stick it out with Nate.
Yeah.
Now she has a secret Nate. And again, it was like, you had a bad dream. And then you see next week, he's all, what's it about Devon? I mean, like, it's so messy. It's so messy. I mean, it's just so messy. Because remember, a couple weeks ago, he thought he had the sex of his life. Nate's staring out the window half naked. And she's laying in bed going, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Think about Devon. So I'm like, so I'm just kind of like, I mean, I get it, girl. You got hot men, and you're like, okay, I guess. So you're torn, but is this just super soapy? Or is this just like, do we want them together? I mean,
so my question is, because again, coming in new to this, I'm getting the impression that Elena doesn't know how to be with just one man. But was she like that with Devon? Was Nate like the first time she ever went cheated? Okay. Yeah. And they were together for like a good amount of time?
A minute or two. I mean, she's only been on the show, I think, a couple of years, I think. I don't think she's been on that long. So, I mean, they slowly, because remember, he had Hillary. And then when he left, they brought on Brittany. And first of all, I love her on the show. I love her on the show. But they brought her on, and they slowly built. It was a good, slow build. They slowly built them together. Then they finally got together, and then all of a sudden, she's,
Yeah, I'm wondering if she has commitment issues. I don't know.
We don't know her past. She's still a new character, but she's not a new character, not new character, but we don't know.
Okay. I don't want hate mail people, okay? I don't know the history, but just from watching it,
Yes.
I felt really bad for him because Devon, because he wakes up, right? The next morning they wake up. And by the way, I don't know how they're doing these scenes, but they're awesome. So they wake up and he takes his hand and he runs it down her body, right? And he's looking at her. And then so they're dressed and everything. And I felt like he was almost relieved and like, oh, okay, so let's talk. And then when she says,
Gotta go.
Well, this doesn't change anything. Like, don't, like, I mean, I still want Nate. Like, this didn't change nothing. I was like devastated for him. His face was like, yeah, of course it doesn't. Sure, yeah. I was like, that poor guy.
Oh, Amanda, your impersonations are friggin'
I know, they're hilarious.
spot on,
they're hilarious. Well, here's the thing. In real life, just full disclosure, in real life, Brittany Sarpy and the guy who plays Devon, Brian James, are together in real life. They're a couple.
Oh.
So they can have that close intimate contact.
Girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
There's no social distancing needed because they're a couple in real life.
They're a couple. So they're a couple. That's well known. That's not even a secret or anything. Everybody knows that. So that's why they're able to do that. So in a way, it helped us because we can actually see something almost like normal, compared to like swapping in a mannequin or whatever. So that was good. That's not a show. I'm sorry, but that was good. But I thought I felt like you. I felt bad for Devon too. I was like, dang it.
The scene at the scene whenever she's sitting at the table with Nate, right?
Yeah.
And Devon walks in, and she looks over, and she's like. Staring at it, and I'm like, what are you doing? Stop looking at each other. Stop. I was like, what are you doing? I was like,
Nate saw it. Remember, Nate saw it later when Devon went and sat down. He was like, he's like, yeah, bitch, I know what's going on over there. There's something going on over there. He was looking. He's thinking all this hotness, and you're talking to him. That's what he was thinking. I don't know what he was thinking.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He was not happy. So that was very interesting that they actually made them. I'm actually shocked they made them sleep together. Sleep together. Well, you know what I'm trying to say. I'm just shocked they actually went that direction. Everybody said in the channel she's all over the place. Yeah, she's all over the place. And then there's Amanda. Then you got Amanda on the side.
Okay, see.
Go on, Tami.
Devon and Amanda, they're adorable. Like I like seeing this play out, but it's just wrong. Because I'm sorry, it's impossible for him to say, no, Amanda, when I look at you, I see you. I see your personality. I see your qualities. I want to get to know you. Has nothing to do with my dead wife who you look exactly like. You know, it's like, I'm sorry, you're lying. That's impossible. You're lying. So he and Elena need to get back together again.
Yeah.
You know, like she made a mistake. Clearly she shouldn't have slept with Nate because she was feeling rejected. But Devon is delusional. Elena's delusional. Nate and Amanda need to hook up because they're the only ones in reality and they can have like a real relationship.
Well, I'm sorry. Listen, folks, I know out there, I was an Amanda Billy fan. I always thought they should have went further with them. And even when Lily was talking about it, talk to him. I love the Lily and Amanda friendship, first of all. I love it.
Totally.
Because her old incarnation, Hillary and Lily didn't get along. So I like them as friends. But she did ask him, she was like, well, Billy, you guys were close at one point. It's like, yeah. And he was like, because it was right for Victoria. That's another storyline in a second. But I was like, and people always liked Amanda and Billy together. There was something intriguing about them. And they just didn't go further enough with that. But I agree with you. Amanda and Nate need to go in other areas. People wanted Nate and Abby together. They flirted with that for a minute. And Abby's dated a black man before, and she's dated a Latino. So I mean, she don't care. She's an equal.
Hot is hot.
She's like Amanda. Hot. She likes to taste the rainbow.
Yes, she does. And every man she's been with has been hot. So I'm like, I wish you Abby's beautiful. So I mean, she don't care. So I'm like, but there are folks who are going that direction too. So and Nate and Abby are friends. I mean, they're friends. They all kind of grew up together and stuff. So it's all legitimate. I mean, it's all kind of whatever. But I'm just like, and then you got the Devon and Nate thing dealing with Moses coming. So the young
So
brother.
that's his nephew, Devon's nephew?
That's
Or
Devon's
Nate's
brother. That is
have we seen him before? Is he a new character?
as a kid.
As a kid.
Neil got married and had a kid named Moses. And then they left town. The mother and him left town.
Okay,
they came back for his funeral.
All I can say is I'm sorry, but keep Moses away from Elena. I'm sorry. Because you know Moses is going to be hot.
Mm-hmm. He has to be hot. The rest of the family's hot. I've always loved Amanda and Billy. CP, you agree with me? I know they could have storylines. I know there was something. Say Deborah Gray, same thing. No, a lot of folks like them together, but they literally did not. I'm glad she's still in the orbit as his lawyer and stuff and counsel. That's fine. But there's some, I mean, Jason Thompson has chemistry with a tree. So I mean, it's just like I love Jason Thompson. I've all from General Hospital on, I've always loved him. He has great chemistry with people. He just does. Yeah. And so even though I don't like him and Lily together, I'm not a Billy Lily fan.
Okay, I have to ask the question.
Yes.
Is Victoria like just insane?
Well, that
episode bugs the Jesus out of me.
I'm like, what is her problem?
She's a control freak.
She's Victor.
Yes,
she's a manipulator. She's a control freak.
She's Victor. She's turned into Victor Newman Jr. I thought it's very interesting. It wasn't Nick. Nick is like his mother. She is like her father.
Yeah.
She has totally become her father. And I thought that whole, I think it was Wednesday's episode, or it was literally Victoria hour. The whole thing was about her flashing back and having dreams, and she wants Billy. So now she's coming after Billy all of a sudden. Now she's coming after him. He's like, what?
How long has it been since they were together?
I would say a couple of years, like actually together.
So they're divorced, or are they just separated?
They're divorced.
They're divorced. Okay.
They have Johnny and Katie. They're the kids. And they were. So when Billy Miller was on, I loved them together. It was really cute.
Yeah.
But Jason and them were fine too. Amelia Heinley's doing a great job as Victoria. I think she's doing a great job. I love her. That's very interesting. Is she now? The last couple of weeks, I was like, does she want Billy back? And well, it was very clear this week. She wants him back. She wants the family. But I felt for her when she was kind of doing that little talk, and she was like,
"The State of Victoria." That was friggin' brilliant. I love it.
It was. Yeah. It was completely, and it was just kind of like she's working so hard. She's fine with her family, but she misses the family parts. Like that's for a working woman. I'm sure it's a thing. I'm sure, and it was very realistic to me. And that she's gotten to see opposition to Newman. She's in, but she's not in love. She wants to be in love.
She's like very confusing. So I realized Billy is like not necessarily a great guy per se, but she's so confusing. I feel sorry for him because one minute she's like, you know what? I was jealous. My bad. Okay. But then the next minute she's saying, you know what? I think Lily should not be around the kids, period. And I'm like, what is your problem?
Lily's a mom. She has the twins. I mean, they're grown. And they all been friends. They all go back to high school. That's all they're all friends. They were all friends at one time. Billy and Lily and Kevin and all, they're all from way back in the day. There was Daniel. They were all intertwined. So it's funny to see them all older and still messy. Still messy.
But I was shocked though. So to your point, Amanda, when Victoria laid down the law, like, we have to do what's best for the kids, which I thought, oh my God, you're so manipulative because you know Billy will do anything for the kids. So you played that card. So he goes back to the office and, as honest as Lily, here's the conversation that we had. And, Victoria brought up the point that I my previous relationships, which I thought that's another thing that pissed me off. Is like, oh my God, you're so rude bringing up how messed up his previous relationships are. Like he can't stick to one. Like you are so rude. But then he says to Lily, I have no doubt in my mind that you're the one. Like her face was my face. I was like,
so she was shocked.
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
He said it.
It was shocking.
It was shocking. He said it. So yeah, I don't know, kids. No, something's gonna
I
happen.
know you're not a fan, James, but I kind of think they're cute together.
Billy and Lily. Oh, Billy.
I like them
she's
because
very,
Victoria,
like-
it pisses Victoria off.
Yeah, exactly.
I just think Victoria is becoming her father, and I have to laugh because oh my God, I love my buddy Eric Braden. I love that the fact the semantics of everything. So he calls like a family. He calls Nikki. All their names are all similar. Victoria and Nick to the office.
And they're like
Victoria's office, but he's sitting in the chair. I was like, that's Victor. I love him. Of course he's sitting in a chair and giving direct. And it was just so funny. Well, I'm really busy. Well, you know, I'm really busy this week, blah, blah. He was like, he wanted to say, no, bitches, you were coming to dinner. And we're going to, he literally what he said basically. It was like, he was like, oh, no, we're going to find time. You're going to talk to your mother and you're going to find time to have dinner. I thought it was kind of cool because I wrote down more Newmans together because they need to come together. And they're very splintered right now. And they're like, he's like, I understand you don't want to be doing anything with Adam. We get that whole point, but we need to come back together, the four of them. That's the group, the original group. We got pulled together. And so I kind of liked that he went, but he was like, nothing. He was like, yeah, no, have a nice day. I did both just like, I love they both were rolling their eyes. It was so funny. He was like, Victor Newman.
I love the conversation between Nick and Victoria.
Oh, I know.
It's like, you need to apologize to me. Fine. I'm sorry. Okay. It wasn't my best hour. Okay, fine. I'm sorry. I am. He's like, that's not enough. You know who you need to apologize to. And I'm like, oh God, no. Oh my God. Are you seriously going to make her do this? And that scene.
I was so excited. I was
so
excited.
God. I was crying. It was like so
Michelle Stafford, and you know, that's my girl, and I love her to pieces in real life. She's so good. I mean, she really is.
My God.
Why she's a 2-time Emmy-winning actress is no surprise. She can do comedy, she can do drama, and the comedy she's been doing the last couple of weeks, the comedy, even the Gloria scene later also, she's so good. Her facial expressions, and Michelle Stafford, guys don't know that she's really tall. She's like 5'10". She's tall, statuesque. And so she's kind of like this, and they put in these skin tight dresses all the time, and I mean she looks good. She looks great. I mean, nothing about that. It's good, but it's just so funny when Victoria came and her and they have such great chemistry. Well, the animosity of each other, and Victoria was just like yes, I'm just trying to tell you I'm sorry. Blah, blah. It's like this is very interesting, and Phyllis gave it back to her, so Phyllis wasn't just like the dumped on. She gave it back. They both was just like. Okay, I'm sorry. And it was like, it was just, the whole thing was hilarious. Even when Victoria was walking out, was hilarious. Oh my God, I loved it. So I thought, she don't believe me.
Can I just say what really confused me, and it finally made sense to me this week? So this week and last week, whenever they're in the lobby of the Grand Phoenix, they have this kind of concierge girl. She's really gorgeous.
She's beautiful.
Yeah, you know, she just kind of just crosses and, you know, she's on the phone or whatever. She's been in the same dress for like 3 weeks. And so I know. Like the next day, it was like the next day and I see her and she's in the same dress. I'm like, oh my God, wardrobe, hello. Like, you put her in the same dress? Like, what is going on? Okay, I'll let it slide. Well, now, you know, 3 weeks later, she's in the same, I'm like, oh my God, that's her uniform. It has to be her uniform.
Oh, okay.
It has to be, because that's like a huge, like, wow.
Yeah. She's a beautiful Black woman. She's always, they call it foreground, for people who don't know this, foreground crossing, background crossing. She's always in there and she's so pretty. I'm thinking, give her a line or two. Shit. I like her.
Yeah, she's the bomb.
She's the bomb. She is. But you're right. I know it's the same thing. I was thinking, is she wearing the same color dress every day? I'm like well, come on, girl. Spend some wardrobe. Make some money. But yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe it's her uniform.
It's got to be.
Yeah, you're that. Oh yeah, Tami,
funny.
Tami noticed that. Well, what's funny is we'll go on because I love Judith Chapman. I know her in real life. She's really fun. But she's so good as Gloria. Oh, and there were times I started feeling for her a little bit this week. Like, she's so ridiculous, and everybody just treats her like, oh my God, like, here she comes. I mean, everybody's facial expressions when they see her, she makes me laugh, and she knows it. She don't care. But I mean, her and white-haired Michael, I love his white hair. And her and Lauren, and her and Phyllis. I mean, oh my God, I was crying. But then I really was just sitting there talking to Lauren, and she was saying, I'm just trying to get a start. I messed up. and I'm trying. She looked good in that purple. She did. So I'm just trying to get a start, and and everybody keeps telling me I can't get a start. I just want, and I'm thinking, yeah, in this town, everyone's messed up. And they all get restarted. So I'm like, yeah, Gloria. And Gloria was a good worker. She's working at Chabot, so she was a good worker. I'm like, she could do it. And so I kind of fell for it. I'm thinking, how this ridiculous character, so to speak, ridiculous being fun. She made me. That's the beauty of Judith Chapman. She made me feel for her, and she got a job with Lauren.
What did she do? I mean, it must have been something really bad.
She's done so much. I mean, she's just always in trouble. She's one of those people, she's a schemer. She's never like an instigator of stuff. She's never the big master of like something big, but she's always getting involved in stuff that gets her in trouble. And Michael and Kim have to bail her out, or Jack has to bail her. Like it's always, I mean, she's just kind of like this, like I said, she's always eternally she just attracts trouble. So what they're saying is she did something in LA at Newman. And so there's this whole thing going on there. It was all off camera. We don't know all the stuff, but
I'll be right back.
What? Mm-hmm. Oh, was right. Okay.
I didn't hear what you said.
Yes. So it's kind of like she's always a troublemaker, but she looks great. But she looks great. So everybody's just kind of like, but she was a good worker a couple places. So people were just afraid to help her out. But she's always like relief.
Even her sons seem like they hate her. I was like, whoa, what is this lady's deal?
She was kind of a con artist back in the day.
Okay.
That kind of thing. And they love her and they'll do what they can for her. But it's one of those things I just think they're always exasperated by her. It's just always.
They're always bailing her out.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
That's kind of what the thing. Yeah, Michael's hair looks good. I like it till he went gray. Okay. The next one I want to talk about is, let's see again there.
I'm waiting to get there.
Yeah, I know. I will get this. We're gonna get there. Oh, I will get to the Faith and Jordan thing. So is she drinking? Is she not drinking? I mean, she did drink. We know she did drink at some point, but is she drinking?
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
Why is this such a big deal? Is she in college?
No, she's 15 or 16.
Oh, okay. Now
no, she looks grown. I was like, girl,
I thought she was 18. No, I was thinking, right. What's the big deal? She had a wild drinking night at 18. What's the big deal? Like, what? They're acting crazy, right? But I didn't know she was that young. So
she's no, that's the thing. She's young, so that's the problem. But she's okay. So you don't think she's drinking? She's drinking. But anyway, so she's young, comes from this messed up family, but she was always kind of like the smart one. But she's been through a lot in her young life, obviously being a Newman and all that kind of stuff. But no, because she's underage, that's why.
Okay. And I think her mom being sick has messed with her too. Like, because that's a lot to deal with.
Her mom being sick, the whole Adam period, all the Adam stuff that's going on. She's Cassie's age when Cassie died, but she's under 18. She's not over 18 yet, I don't think. She's under 18. So either way, she's under 18. She's not grown up. She's not of drinking age.
Because I was like, calm the hell down. Give the girl a minute. Like, let her breathe.
No, she's young. She's underage.
Okay.
Are you talking about Sharon overreacting?
Oh, so she said,
yes.
Yeah. What she did with Jordan, wrong move.
Yeah.
Nick is going to be livid. Because what did you say to Nick? We are in this together. And you did not confer with him about this. Oh my God.
That was so sad. She said, that's my only friend. I was like, oh, you done messed up now. Like, you messed up now.
Yeah. Peace in the chat room says, obviously drinking is a problem, but they need to address the reasons why she's drinking. They want her to be healthy. I agree with that. Mm-hmm. I like her relationship with Nikki. I like her grandmother. I like that. Nikki's like, let me take my granddaughter and I'll talk to her. Let me take her out and talk to her. And they've had some issues when she kind of went off on her the last time, or whatever. But that's a grandparent. I mean, I have grandchildren. I know how it is. It's just one of those things. It's kind of like, okay, but there's a connection there. They've always had a connection. She does love her grandparents. So I thought, I'm glad they got her involved, and not just because Nikki is an alcoholic, but also because she's a grandmother. And sometimes you need reinforcements. Sometimes you just do.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure how to feel about Faith going into therapy, because I was kind of like Nick, like on Nick's side of like, let's just, give her the benefit of the doubt with the cork and everything before and Sharon lost her mind and got the therapist on the phone and brought her over. And, but when Nikki said that she believed therapy was the best thing for Faith, I thought, okay, if Nikki's saying it.
No, see, I'm with Nikki. I feel like when they mentioned therapy, I was all for it, just because I know the character has gone through a lot with the Adam stuff and everything. There's a lot that's probably she hasn't unpacked in her brain.
Okay.
Half the folks they go on therapy on that show. I mean, yes, Amanda.
I have a question. Okay, I know you don't have to get into the whole thing, but did Sharon get with Adam recently?
No, get with him? No, not get with him. No.
Okay, so Sharon and Adam are not a thing.
Well, they're not a thing, but they're a thing.
Okay, because Faith has this, really hates Adam. So I was just wondering if it was like a bad breakup, or
Faith and Adam had their own altercation. They have their own whole separate thing. Okay. But related to Sharon. But no, Sharon and Adam, everybody, that's the Shaddam fans. They want them to get they have this attraction. There's something there, which we'll talk about Chelsea in a second. My favorite of the whole. If we could do 3 snaps like Tony, Chelsea got all the snaps last week. But that's a story. But no, but to answer your question, there's a whole convoluted history thing with the whole, and Faith is part of that. But Sharon and Adam, that's why Ray's a little nervous. There's something there. He liked Sharon. He wanted Sharon. That's the thing. He wanted Sharon. That's the thing. But she got married to Ray.
I feel bad for Ray.
Ray's smart though.
Wake up, buddy.
He's smart. He knows something's going on. He knows what's going on. So that's the whole thing there. So Faith needs a safe place to work through everything that she's going through. I agree.
Is Jordan a bad influence?
I think she's a bad influence.
Okay, I wasn't sure if.
Oh no, sorry. Yeah, before you start, yeah, she was the one who was encouraging her to get the drinks and.
Okay.
And I think she's a bad influence.
Okay.
I think they said I think that they made to make her try therapy. It can't do any harm. It could help. Another person said Sharon reacts without thinking. She's just terrified Faith will end up like Cassie. Cassie died. So I don't know.
She still needs to calm it down a little. She's making it worse.
Well, parents, and I am one, and it just sometimes you do things you probably shouldn't have did. You go a little overboard sometimes because you love your children. Sometimes you get overbearing, and I've done it. I mean, I know I've done it.
Did she get caught once, or is this multiple times?
Multiple times.
Okay.
Well, first you thought she was 18 years old, so you didn't know what's going on.
I did.
The chick is underage. She should not be drinking. Anyway, but that's okay. But that leads into one of my favorite storylines right now. Oh my gosh, she's with her fingers. They come back, Tami. They come back. Spirit fingers come back. Chelsea and her inner monologue. I could do this all day long. I seriously can just hear. I'm like, I laugh I'm like, yeah, girl. I'm just like screaming with her. When she sees Sharon come in there, and when Adam's talking to her without Sharon, he's like, yeah, you love your Sharon. Yeah, I know what's going on here. It'd be all good for you and Sharon. I mean, I can't stop laughing. It is. So what do you guys think?
Sharon's the worst therapist ever. She's so condescending to her.
Yes.
Like, are you feeling frustrated?
Yeah.
Are you feeling like you can't express yourself? Like,
she's talking to her like she's a child.
Shut up.
I know. I can express myself. She's like, I could do that. Thank you, writers. I could do that all day long. Yeah. I think it's just, she hates Sharon so much. It is just like, she wants to come out of that chair. And Mr. Claire Egan is just such a great job with her facial expressions. She's amazing. I feel like she wants to jump out of that chair. She wants to jump out of that chair and strangle the S out of her. I know
she does.
Adam's right. She needs something to fight for. And
right. That's true.
It's a bad idea to have Sharon be your therapist, but I get the rationale. It's like, piss her off enough and she'll start to come to life so she can just strangle Sharon.
I mean,
that would be my motivation.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he did. You're right. When he did say that, I was like, okay, I agree with that. You give some fire in her, and she went. That fire's coming. I want to see her leap out of that chair one day and just like attack homegirl. I mean, I'm a laugh. Can't wait.
Well, she's hiding it from the nurse.
Yeah.
So you know she's going to spring on Sharon eventually.
Yeah.
Yes, I can't wait.
It's gonna happen.
I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. So yeah. So.
But Adam's on my nerves though. Like I don't know him that well yet. But calm down. Like okay, it didn't go that well. Could you give her like a day to process? He's already over at Sharon's house, very inappropriate. Yeah. And he's like, I'm gonna bring her kid home. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bring her son home. I'm like, dude, no. You need to chill. Like, just bring it down.
I'll get kind of out of boarding school. Like, why are we doing all that? I mean, like, yeah.
What? I was like, calm down. Oh, she's coming out of that chair.
Oh, she is. Oh, she is.
She's going to go after both of them.
Oh, yeah, she is. She is. I can't wait. I can't wait for that scene now. Why not writers make it as funny and juicy as you can, please? I want that scene to be so amazing when she finally lets them know she's back, bitches. I want to see it so bad.
Yep.
Oh, I do. But Mr. Claire Egan, everybody agrees to she's doing a great job. I'm gonna give her, she's doing a really great job. What was I say? Therapists are meant to do no harm. She should not have taken that position. Yeah. Amanda would be happy about that. Oh, that was funny. Okay. And one of the last storylines, we got the time. One of the last storylines we got to talk about because it's very bold, beautiful, related. I like Jack and Sally together. I want them together. I'm in. Oh, she's thinking. I'm in.
I don't know yet. I haven't decided.
That's fine. But it took me a while too. Kind of. I remember I was saying I wasn't sure, but this week I guess I want them together. His eyes. Peter Bergman, again, Emmy Award-winning actor, of course. We see why. His eyes literally twinkle when he talks to her. We met Courtney. It's easy for our eyes to twinkle on her because she's amazing. But as an actor, he's really playing it like she just lights up his world.
Yeah. He's very joyful.
He's very
yes.
Enamored by her.
He is. Somebody said it just makes me smile. Like that's a scene because she really isn't trying to manipulate him or anything. She's just like, you're so good to me. You're so kind to me. She got the promotion. Sally got promotion this week. And she went to tell Jack, and Jack was just like, of course you're good. Of course it's not me. Like, I'm sold this week. I think I'm sold. And people say I love Sally too. I'm sold.
I had like a moment where I was like, no, don't do it. Because if Kyle is Jack's son, right?
Yes. Okay.
If she gets the information.
Well, that's next, yes.
And she uses that against his son. Mm-hmm. That's not gonna go over good for her.
But that's good, juicy soap right there. I said because I love Tyler Johnson. I'm so sad they let him go. He's such a great actor and great character. I love his look, the way he talks, everything. And to see him come back on as Theo, I was like, oh my God, let's come back for a minute. That he had information. And when he dropped that bombshell, he was like, what's the name? Something Alston Jr. I mean, his name is Harrison, my middle name, of course. He's 3 years old. I was like, what?
Well, I was like Sally, though. Like, before he got to the kid part, I was like, dude, I can't use this.
Yeah. I was like, who cares? Who cares what he did 3 years ago?
It's going to be between Kyle and you. Right. People aren't going to side with the fact that.
But Tami, he said, "Oh, don't worry, girl. There's more." He's like, "There's more."
Like, and she's like, "Okay, well then get on with it." That was she was like, "Okay, come on, TikTok, get on with it." Like, oh well, there's I got proof, because Kyle apparently, covered his tracks.
Yes.
But oh no, there's proof, and the proof is a 3-year-old child, and that was like that. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. I was like, "What? They're going that direction?" I did not see that coming. I did not see that coming at all. I was like, I really didn't see that coming.
See, the thing is, that's going to hurt Kyle. That's not going to hurt Kyle and Summer because he wasn't with Summer when this happened.
Right.
So if I was Summer and this came out, I wouldn't be hating on him. I'd be like, I hate Sally for bringing this out. I mean, that's going to fuel their rivalry. But it's not going to do anything to Kyle and Summer.
Well, it depends. We don't know if Kyle's knows has been hiding it. I mean, like, they haven't even we don't know. I mean, they haven't played it like that, but who knows? Maybe Kyle knows about this.
Oh.
They haven't played those storyline beats yet. Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. You know how you do things like that. They'll fill in the blanks and go, then all of a sudden it's like, yeah, that phone call you made 5 years. I mean, I don't know. Who knows? I mean, I don't know, right? So I'm wondering, because I feel like what you're saying, Tami, I agree with them. I'm also thinking, well, what if they play it a certain way where he actually knows, trying to hide it? It could make
okay. Because I was thinking he didn't know, and I was like, oh no, Sally, no.
What have to find? Because Tami's right and stuff. They have to find a way to make it so that it's like almost an even thing. Right now, it seems uneven a little bit. So it's kind of like, well, what she did was way worse than that and there. But it has to be a kicker. There has to be a kicker, Tami, and why it's important. I'm gonna trust Y&R and see if they're gonna give us something.
Totally.
You're right. It's not, but this on the surface, you're like, well, okay, get a baby. But I think there's something more. There's something more. Or it could be that person, that rich person, maybe the person that may hurt them.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I think it is.
So that too. So there's you're right. There's something more in there. So it could hurt him. But you're right, Amanda. When I said, oh, you like Jack, got dirt on his son, which will affect him also. That's his grandson. Yeah. I kind of like it though. It can work. Yeah. I like a little drama, a little soapy goodness. I think I kind of like that.
I was kind of surprised because, Theo said that Kyle had an affair with an older woman. So an older married woman.
Yeah.
Okay. A little bit more complicated. Yeah. So when he said older and then all of a sudden there's a baby involved, I kind of assumed she was beyond having like older, like she can't have kids anymore older. Right. Like a Mrs. Robinson, right. Like The Graduate type of thing. But I guess not.
Guess not.
And I was thinking it was going to be someone we know. Like right. They were going to say like someone like that we would all be like, oh, like.
And I have to laugh when Summer comes in and tells her news. And she's like, yeah. And she sets it up, Tami. Sets it up. The Spencers are coming east. And it's like, and Lauren's like, all this Bill took it.
And Sally's trying hard not to twitch. Like,
and Lauren goes, but you might be so busy you won't be able to see them. I'm sure she's going to see time for her old friend. The people she knows. I was like, Summer was like, she ate a canary. She ate like 10 canaries. She was smiling from ear to ear.
I wanted that dress so bad. That dress that she had. Oh my God. Yeah, I was just like, give me that dress. Who is it? What?
Okay, no. So there's 2 outfits this week on Soaps that I was like, that really stood out. And on Bold and Beautiful, we were talking on that show. Zoe had an outfit on that I loved, and I want to talk about that on that show. But now the other dress was the one that I liked on this show. There were two, and then Abby's top. Those were the ones I was like,
gorgeous. Yeah,
they were beautiful. So. Yeah, so Bill and them are coming. I wonder who's coming. I wonder if all the boys are coming.
It sounds like it.
The Spencers.
Wouldn't that be hysterical?
I know. Oh my God.
Sally's gonna have to take like a sedative or something to just kind of keep calm. Yeah. Because it's funny because I'd be flipping out.
And it's funny because Lauren knows him as Brad when they were together on Y&R, and knows him also as Bill when she was over at. So we said, I can't wait. They haven't made an announcement yet when it's going to happen, but they made that announcement basically on the show that it's coming.
The week of the 8th, yeah.
It's coming. Unfortunately, we got to end the show because I have another show to do really great. Normally, I don't do these shows back to back like this, but it's a special Super Bowl day. Everybody's busy doing Super Bowl stuff. So, Tami, somebody can find you.
Instagram, Tami.Goveia, Twitter, Tami Goveia. Follow, like, and comment, you guys.
Yes. Amanda Russ, somebody can find you.
You can find me at the Bold and Beautiful podcast, and I'll be dropping a new episode soon.
Yay!
And you can follow me. We're all James Lott Jr. Sold at James Lott Jr. and all social media platforms. Y&R Mini Spotlights is on Instagram. So go ahead and follow us there. Kate Linder just followed us yesterday, so I'm very happy. I know Miss Kate.
Fabulous. Oh my God, I love it.
Yeah, she's following us now, so I'm very happy. So go follow us, because some of the stars follow us on there. So you never know what they may comment or tag us and things. I was tagged on something on Bold and Beautiful by Tracy Milker, which I'll talk about that in the next show. But so go ahead and follow us there on Instagram. We post all kinds of Y&R news, stuff that's going on here, and the links to the show. YouTube, it's JLJ Media. Thank you for hitting that like button in there. Please subscribe to the channel. I have all kinds of goodness coming up. Everybody have a great day today. If you watch the Super Bowl, enjoy. I don't know what your team is. I don't have a team. My team is, I'm watching it for the commercials and the, but we'll see you guys next time.